Russia is burning once again, guys, and it's hardly on the television. Let me say that again. Deep in Russia, the world's nuclear power center is burning thanks to the Ukraine drones that were given to by NATO. So once again, NATO's giving Ukraine weapons. They're giving them tanks. They're giving them missiles. They're giving them money. They're giving them intelligence. They even have troops on the ground as foreign mercenaries. Okay, and Russia's just been very, very stoic. They haven't responded. They've been very, very calm. It's kind of like, let me give you a little example. The other day I was driving on my bicycle, and there was this car. It was a Saturday. Okay, I was driving on a bicycle on the far right lane, and there was 3 lanes. Okay, and it's on a Saturday. There was no one on the road. Okay, because where I was riding was a busy, not a busy, it was a business sector, and so it was the weekend, so no one was there. I'm driving, and there's a guy on a Mustang comes right behind me on the far right and just starts honking and honking and honking. He could have easily pulled to the left and took off, right? But he didn't. So he starts honking and honking and starts having road rage as I'm cycling on the street. He then pulls in front of me and then hits the brakes. I just stop, and during this whole time I don't say a word to the guy. And when he pulls in front of me, he starts talking his stuff, blah, blah, blah. I don't say a word to him. I just pull to the right and continue cycling. I pass his car. Then he once again gets behind me, honking like he's going to run me over. And then he pulls to the next to me. And with his right hand, he's just pointing at me and just going crazy as I'm driving. And he's driving on the second lane. And he's just going off and off and off. And I'm very, very calm. And I have my hand on my self-defense tool, right? And this guy is just going off and off and off. And I don't say a word to the dude, right? Because there's no reason to say anything. I'm very calm, and I know what's going to happen. If we accelerate, someone's life is going to end, right? Because I don't know what he has, and he's trying to run me over with his car, and I'm on a bicycle. So there's no reason for me to accelerate. The best thing for me to do is escape, to calm him down, and that's exactly what I did. But one thing that the guy noticed is the more erratic he was, he noticed that I was very, very calm. And eventually he caught himself. He probably thought, man, this is a dangerous situation. I am being ballistically crazy. And this guy is just calm as he hasn't said one word to me. And I'm just looking him in his face, and I'm cycling, and he's just going biotic crazy. And, at any moment, I feel like he's going to run me over, right? So eventually he's looking at me. I don't say one word to him, and he just takes off, right? And this is where I feel like we're with Russia. We're at a situation where, we're doing all this crazy madness to them, and they're just looking at us, and they got their hands on their safety defense tool, and they're ready to hit the button, dude. I mean, they're like literally ready to hit the button. They're just waiting for a couple more red lines to be drawn, because that guy in this car situation, he had multiple red lines that he drew, but I was very, very calm and didn't say a word. And at the end, it was going to be a very deadly situation for both of us, right? If it continues escalating. And this is where I feel like we are with Russia. Russia's very, very calm. They're very stoic. They haven't said stuff. We've been being ballistic. We've been idiots to them over and over. And they've been very, very calm. And that's what's scary, because what I've noticed is a guy that cycles a whole lot. I've been chased by many dogs. And the dogs that I'm the scariest the most is the dogs that don't bark, they don't say anything, and they chase you like crazy, and they're fast. And then when they get you, well, it's going to be a dangerous time. And I feel like Russia's at that situation. They haven't responded. They haven't said stuff. They know what's going on. They're not fools. They see the information being exchanged. They see the missiles being given. They see the money being given. They see the soldiers. They see the tanks. They see the airplanes. And, there's so many lines that we cross. And that's what's dangerous, because they've been very stoic. They haven't done much. They haven't said much. But that's why it's so dangerous, because when someone's very, very quiet, right, and not being idiots, they have put a lot of thought into it. So Russia's burning, and the most crazy thing is, don't be surprised if we start burning too, dude, okay? Because There's only so much someone can tolerate before they, hit that button. And I think that we have pushed Russia so much that there is no more room for them to do anything, because we're kind of killed their economy. We've sanctioned them, we've stole their money, we tariffed them, we've done everything we can, and now we're going after their bread and butter, which is their oil refinery, their natural resources, their commodities, and we're going after their milk and butter. And there's only so much they'll tolerate, and that's what's crazy, because we're like that guy in the Mustang. We're being idiots. All we have to do is just change lanes. There's no one in our lane, and we could have just gone on with our life. But instead, we try to be idiots. We try to be heroes. We try to have road rage and think we're so badass, and our egos. And before we know, someone's going to put a bullet in us. And that's what's going to be happening, okay? And unfortunately, with the Russians, the bullet is in nuclear Armageddon, okay? And I'm sorry that I keep saying that, because we're getting so close to that. The Cuban-Russia crisis was nothing, right? That was like a walk in the park, and that's like having a little baby. This is a full adult gorilla that's about to attack us, because we're constantly attacking them. We're constantly pushing them. We're constantly interfering with their government, with their elections, with their leadership, with their finances, with everything that they stand for, okay? Let them be, dude. We're millions of miles away. We're thousands of miles away from our own borders at Russia's border. We are far, far from our own border, around someone else's border, telling them what to do. This is what America does. We're constantly telling people what to do, how to do it, like the world's bully. Let's let everyone alone. Let's let them do their lives. Let's focus about our own life in our own backyard. There's pollutions. We have healthcare problems. We have inflation problems. We have violence, criminal problems. I can't tell you the amount of times I see every day the helicopter. Just every freaking day, there's the cop helicopter chasing someone down. And you're not going to have the police helicopter chasing someone down multiple times a day if they're just like stealing candy, right? They're doing major events to have a police helicopter chase, right? But what causes these individuals to do these major events? That's the key question. What is causing these people to do massive robberies or homicides and stuff like that, okay? Well, I can tell you, financial hardships is one of the primary reasons for crimes, right? Crimes happen because of people having financial hardships. And this is directly related to our big brother. First came the money printing, then came the suffering. Again, first came the money printing, then came the war. And that's why I'm against Big Brother, having a Big Brother just like the founding forefathers. They wanted a small Big Brother. They wanted no standing armies. Because when you have standing armies, it becomes a military complex where it's all about money. And one thing I want you to understand, that all this money we're pumping to these foreign countries is really coming back to our own pocket. So when we're giving millions away to Ukraine, it's really coming back to the military complex corporation's wallet. So they act like, Big Brother politicians act like they're giving the money to a third world country or to a foreign country, but reality, that money is falling back into the corporations that make these weapons of massive destruction that the lobbyists and the politicians have stocks in, right? So in reality, it seems like we're giving the money away, but we're siphoning the money from actual use in America, right? For example, there's no money for Social Security, but they got money for wars. There's no money, as Tupac says, for the homeless, but they got money for wars. So that's the situation. We got no health care, but they got money for Ukraine. We got no this, but they got it. We got no, health insurance in America, but Israel has health insurance. But guess what? We give them money, right? For them to kill innocent kids and women and children and commit genocide. Because who benefits? You tell me below. Anyways, guys, things are getting really, really crazy out here. And I hope you're safe. Peace.